In honor of the last installment of the Hunger Games coming out, I'm going to share how being an extra in the first Hunger Games changed my life. Ever since I was a little girl, I loved being on stage. So much so that as a child, I literally pushed down some kids who were in front of me so I could grab the microphone. I acted in plays and always dreamed of being in movies. In my insecure 20s, I let a few rejections discourage me to the point where I gave up anything performance-based altogether. I wasn't pretty enough, I wasn't skinny enough, I didn't have any talent, and the dream just died. Because at that point, I just couldn't handle one more rejection. Fast forward to 2011. I'm 30, have 2 kids, and have been a stay-at-home mom for most of 7 years. I had just finished reading a new book, The Hunger Games, and literally tore through all 3 novels. Kids killing each other and overthrowing the government. It was kind of a glimpse into my everyday life. It wasn't a few weeks later that I found out that they were going to film the first book not even an hour from my house. I had my husband take my picture in the front yard and drove to Shelby, North Carolina to fill out my application. Thankfully, I looked hungry enough and they cast me. See, those agents in my 20s were wrong. Okay, sure, I was just an extra, and anybody can be an extra if they fit the right demographic for a film. But for me, it was about being on a real set, being inside a book I loved, and I was actually there when Effie pulls out the name and Jennifer Lawrence runs up and takes her sister's place. The casting director said they would not reuse people, but I ended up getting to work as a capital person for a few days as well. It's a bit like playing Where's Waldo, but you can see me in a few places in the film and in some of the promotional materials. I was thrilled, but also dealing with keeping that experience a positive one. People made fun of me, and by people, I mean some friends. I was just an extra after all, and I was approximately 15 years too late. This was something teenagers did to break into the business. It would have been so easy to let that get me down, but in my 30s, I was like, forget it. I'm gonna be me and do me. And if that means being an extra in a film, that's what I'm gonna do. And let the encouragement from my parents and my sister fill up that space. Getting my feet into the business gave me the confidence I needed to pursue other things. I got in touch with local filmmakers and ended up doing some work with them. And through that connection, I got a gig writing jokes about the news. It turns out that writing snarky remarks about pop culture is actually a job that people will pay you for. And here I am today. I actually get paid to write and be on camera every single day. And on top of that, I get to interview celebrities I enjoy watching on TV and talk about books and movies. Of course, I would still love to host my own show or be in more movies. And it's still hard to believe that pretending to be a starving person was the thing that would fuel my dreams.